The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,231,806. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 23,777. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,222, with total confirmed deaths at 208. We anticipate the local numbers to change as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, April 26. Los Angeles County continues to report a steady decline in overall coronavirus numbers. Officials held their weekly press conference sharing the county's latest COVID-19 response and recovery effort. On Saturday, the county reported a positivity rate of 0.7%, the lowest since the beginning of the pandemic. The 7-day average of cases was also 425, marking a 95.1% decrease from the nearly 8,700 cases just 3 months ago. Now, while daily COVID case counts may fluctuate, this past week's figures reflected a steady progress for Los Angeles County, with the 7-day average of new deaths down to 24. Health authorities remind the public that anyone 16 and older are now eligible to get a COVID-19 vaccine. The county's public health officials will host a virtual town hall on COVID-19 vaccines tomorrow, April 27th at 6 p.m. You can watch it stream live on Twitter, Facebook, and on YouTube at LA Public Health. After nearly 2 weeks on hold, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will be brought back and made available to the public once again. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention determined the benefits of the J&J vaccine outweighed the risk of keeping it off the market. Now, this comes after the CDC's Independent Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices reviewed data related to the recent reports of a rare and severe type of blood clot. The FDA and the CDC both agreed the vaccine is safe and effective in preventing COVID-19. Out of the nearly 8 million Americans who received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, 15 people have developed the rare blood clot and 3 have died. Officials say the J&J vaccine will be ready immediately, and everyone who receives the single-dose shot will get an information sheet mentioning the rare clotting and what symptoms to look out for. The unusual side effects are seen 6 to 14 days after receiving the 1-dose shot. Now, so far, more than 6.6 million doses of a COVID-19 vaccine have been administered to people just in the Los Angeles County alone, of which nearly 275,000 were of the Johnson & Johnson single dose. Well, getting a COVID-19 vaccine is getting easier and easier now. Los Angeles County public health officials announced that anyone 16 years and older can get vaccinated without making an appointment first. From today through May 2nd, county-run mass vaccination sites are making it as easy as possible to encourage more people to get vaccinated. The Los Angeles County Fire Department says there were up to 1,000 walk-up slots available every day since the start of the weekend and are available at locations like the Forum, the Balboa Sports Complex in Encino, the College of the Canyons in Santa Clarita, the Pomona Fairplex in Laverne, Cal State Northridge, and the county's Office of Education in Downey. The county sites are administering the Pfizer vaccine for those who are 16 and older and must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. LA County's public health director, Dr. Barbara Frere, says if you're not vaccinated, your chances of dying from COVID-19 are about 1 in 500. But by getting the vaccine, that rate jumps to 1 in a million. You can also go to vaccinatelacounty.com to find a location close to you offering a COVID-19 vaccine. LA County is leading the way in efforts to show where inequities may lie in vaccination rates, thanks to a new system. The Los Angeles County Department of Public Health announced the launch of an interactive vaccine tracker, which allows users to see where high and low vaccination rates are with interactive graphs of daily and cumulative vaccine numbers. It also lets the public see where inequities may be across the county. This is one of the first trackers in the country with county-level data. You can see it at publichealth.lacounty.gov. A new report released from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is finding increased vaccine hesitancy among Americans. The report by the CDC found that 8% of people in the nation who got their first dose of a COVID-19 vaccine have not gone back for their second shot. That's nearly 5 million people across the country. The CDC clarified that it may also be possible that people are getting their second shot at different clinics from where they received their first dose, which makes it more difficult for the agency to keep track. According to a recent poll by YouGov, nearly 6 in 10 Americans say they will get vaccinated or have already received one dose. That leaves 4 in 10 who say maybe or no outright. The reason for the hesitancy remains consistent over the past few months, with the most common reason being it's still too early and I'm waiting to see what happens. According to the CDC, 95 million Americans, or about 36%, are now fully vaccinated, with about 138 million, or 53%, being partially vaccinated. In California, nearly 1/3 of the state's population have now been fully inoculated. 2 of the state's most popular school systems are planning to make it mandatory for all students and staff to be fully vaccinated to return to on-campus classes in the fall. The California State University and the University of California Systems jointly announced they will both require students and faculty to be fully vaccinated against SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, before coming back pending approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The 2 California university systems are the largest among dozens of higher education institutions that will require vaccinations for the fall semesters, impacting more than 1 million students and staff. Health experts say requiring vaccinations for college and universities will help stop the spread of COVID among younger adults. Both university systems are expected to allow for exemptions based on medical and religious reasons. The Biden administration and the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced today they are expanding a program to feed as many as 34 million school children during the summer months. Funds will come from the coronavirus relief package, which was approved back in March. The expansion will include a payment program to replace the free school meals. Families of eligible children would receive $6.82 per child for each weekday, which adds up to about $375 per child over the summer months. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack called the summer benefits a first-of-its-kind, game-changing intervention to reduce child hunger in the United States. According to the USDA, up to 12 million children are currently living in households where they may not always have enough to eat during the pandemic. Along with food aid, the relief package allows parents to receive roughly $250 a month starting in July for each child between the ages of 6 and 17. Qualifying families with a child under 6 would receive $300 each month. This is part of an enhanced child tax credit that would expire at the end of the year. President Biden plans to extend the monthly payments through 2025 as part of a multi-trillion-dollar plan that he intends to announce on Wednesday when he addresses Congress. Well, as the Biden administration marks its first 100 days in office this week, Vice President Kamala Harris addressed members of the United Nations today. Harris says now is the time for global leaders to put into place a plan for how to respond to the next global pandemic. This is Harris's second virtual address with the UN since her inauguration. And while she broadly outlined how the administration thinks the U.S. and other nations should consider focusing their attention, her speech included the need to improve accessibility to health systems, investing in science, healthcare workers, the well-being of women, and increasing capacity for personal protective equipment, vaccines, and test manufacturing. She said while the world may have learned a lot over the past year responding to the COVID-19 crisis, this is not a time to rest easy. Torrance-based Pelican Products is celebrating Earth Month by partnering with a nonprofit group to turn company and employee e-waste into reusable products. The global leader in the design and manufacturing of high-performance protective cases, temperature-controlled packaging solutions, and advanced portable lighting systems is joining hands with a group called Human IT to recycle electronics and turn it into reusable products for underserved communities. Electronic drives were held at the company's various locations throughout the months of March and April, resulting in over 11,000 pounds of e-waste, which was diverted from ending up in landfills. Human IT refurbished and redistributed the material collected to students and families in need. Authorities say 82 million Americans lack access to a computer with internet in their home, while Americans dispose of 150,000 computers each day. California's small business owners may get some much-needed financial relief thanks to the state's COVID-19 Relief Grant Program. Beginning this Wednesday through May 4th, applications will be accepted for the 6th round of funding. This will be available to businesses and nonprofits who were economically impacted by the pandemic and could qualify for amounts ranging from $5,000 up to $25,000. Now, officials say more than $2 billion is up for grabs, with funds available based on annual gross revenues for the 2019 tax year. Now, if businesses have already applied and have been put on the wait list, they do not need to reapply, as they will automatically be enrolled into round 6. To learn more, go to careliefgrant.com. Well, as the pandemic continues to impact traditional events, including many here in Torrance, the city is finding ways to still celebrate, but with safety in mind. While this year's Armed Forces Day parade and festivities have been postponed to 2022, the city invites the community to still honor and recognize the many men and women of the nation's armed forces. In a safe and socially distant manner, community members can submit a video that will be shared with the U.S. Armed Forces on the platform VidHug. The message can be addressed to a specific person, division, branch, or addressed to all of our brave men and women serving in the military. The platform VidHug helps to create a compilation of these messages and will also be featured on our channel, on our website, and on other various social media accounts. The deadline to submit a video is April 30th. You can go to the city's website for the link at torranceca.gov/salute. Well, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories, pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. One Torrance resident shared this great photo of her father, who is 94 years young. He is standing by his Hometown Heroes banner located along Torrance Boulevard. Thank you to Mr. Harold Topping for your service in the military. As we approach Armed Forces Day in the next month, the city of Torrance honors all of its current and past members of the armed forces for all of your sacrifices. What a great way to show how Torrance cares for one another. If you have a great story, photo, or video you'd like to share, or you just want to say hello, please email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. We'll see you back here tomorrow as Rhiannon Trutanich brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.